Coin prices went through the roof over the weekend. I mean, crazy when I say volatile. We saw Bitcoin have strong wicks going up and down, chasing liquidations on both the high and low. Also, I want to stress to all of you that price movement on the weekends is the best time to manipulate prices. That's where the markets depend on the flow of money alone. We're not tied to how stocks are doing or even how the dollar is moving. Because once more, crypto is the only thing that's open on the weekend, which means that prices can be changed and big shakeouts can start. And I really think we're getting through that right now. Before the biggest wave of the market happens, there is just one big shakeout. And I've already said that this has happened before. We go back to 2020 and into 2021. Let's go back to 2017 and 2018. Just before alt season, when the biggest wave hit the market, prices went through the roof. And when we think about what's happened in the last few days, I'm not worried at all. If we look at this from a weekly point of view, there are still some altcoins that are up a lot week over week. Now let's look at the daily chart. It shows that there are still some nice wins all around. Every hour, every week, every day, and even every month, it's still a sea of red. I do think that we will get through this though, and everything will be fine. Right now, the price of Bitcoin is at about 115 points, which is about 7K. We're only up about 0.1% every day, 2.6% every week, and 2% every month. Ethereum doesn't look quite the same. Every day, we're down about 0.8%. Every week, we're flat. And every month, we're up about 17.1%. XRP is down 11.4% for the month. Scrolling down the list, we can see that XLM is down about 11%, SUI is down about 7.1%, and HMART is down about 9.7%. A few of these are exceptions, but the market has been mostly red.
And finally, before we go any further, I want to quickly say that if you want to use at Trust Capital, this is the best platform for premium custody accounts. Additionally, their crypto IRA platform is an amazing chance for people who want to make long-term investments in crypto. You can get a $100 bonus when you sign up and make a deposit by using my offer code and the link I'll give you in the description below. As I already said, this platform gives you some of the best crypto chances because it lets you set up tax-advantaged IRAs. There is also premium custody, which is really big because it's college-level care. The fees are pretty low and it's very safe. There is no charge every month. You are welcome to go check this out if you want to. The link is in the text below. Please remember that if you use my promo code and click that link to sign up, you will get a $100 bonus when you put money on at Trust Capital. Now that we've said that, let's watch the movie again. Let's go to CoinMarketCap now. When we look at CoinMarketCap, let's quickly check to see if everything is still correct. The market value of all cryptocurrencies is 3.91 quadrillion. It's not a big deal. About 53 in terms of fear and greed, not a big change again. Right now, no one is very scared. I would say that the attitude is pretty dull. Lots of people are annoyed because they only want to see gains for everyone. Then we just have to get through these dull and annoying times. We've seen this before. It's not new to us. Remember how boring and annoying prices were from 2020 to 2021? That's how they are today. Just so you know, this market isn't that different. But since we're looking into a few things, let's quickly see how Bitcoin is doing for the month right now. I'll also make sure this is up to date. Okay, let's go back to the 7-day plan. Take a quick look at how the market has been moving the past few days. We reached about 124,000 on the 13th. Based on what I know, the real wick was around 124.5K. After that, we cut up a bit. We were just trading in a straight line. Up until the 14th, we sold off in it. Then we kind of chopped into the 16th and 17th. And then right at the end of the night on the 17th, which was the close of the weekly candle, we just went down 1147,000. Again, this is wicks, 124.4, which is almost 124.5K. Also, the Wi-Fi on the low end at 114.7K. No big changes in the way prices are moving right now. Our range is just a bit of chopping here. Also, we might see a lot more chop for altcoins right now, which will give us some great chances to buy. While Ethereum was volatile, it didn't shy away from it either. We're going to look at this over the next 7 days. We could see a tall wick here. Technically, the 14th wick had the largest wick, which was about 4,800. After that, we start to sell off until the 15th. We moved around a bit and had a nice jump to the top. Not too crazy. It wasn't as high. After that, we sold off really quickly during the weekly dog close, going as low as $4,200. And the way prices are moving right now isn't really bullish. Could things get worse first? Yes, of course. I'll also go over that right now. Again, XRP has lost $3 in the last 7 days. We stole as little as about 294.5 cents. It went up to a high of about 334 before this. A lot of people were happy about this move on XRP and said, okay, that's it. We're about to get away. Overall, though, it just caused us to hit support, sell off, and then do what the rest of the markets did. I did write this up a while ago for XRP. I'm not sure where we were trading at that point. I think we were trading up here around $3.20 or so. I also said that there's always a chance that we'll get below $3 again. We saw this. Now, for those who want to know, what would a much worse case look like? That's what I mean. How bad could things get if we lose this 2.96 level? At the moment, our main goal is to try again the $2.76 level that we closed on August 2nd and 3rd. I really hope we can avoid that. I believe it is very important for XRP to keep this higher low. And if we look at this over a longer period of time, like 3 days, we shouldn't close at or below 2.96 if we want to make a strong structure on the 3-day. But there's always a chance, and I want to quickly bring this to the attention of the whole week, there is always a chance that we will try to repeat some lower prices and see XRP drop much more, maybe to around $2. That could happen at any time. Taking another look at the highs for May and even went back and checked the March highs again, that's a possible outcome. I really hope we can avoid that. I believe we should stay away from that, and I will explain why in a moment. But this is what I think will happen with XRP. We're just chopping around here. We cover a lot. I mean, there's no real reason to be very bearish right now because, as I said, the structure at the higher time frame is still very strong. So my thought, S haven't changed at all right now. When the year ends, I still think XRP will be worth a lot more. When I say a lot higher, I mean a lot higher than 3.6, which is where we are now. Finally, there is still no reason to be scared or stressed about XRP. It still looks very good. I know that because we only want prices to go up. We don't like seeing them move in this way. However, the higher we go, the longer we chop and the longer we stabilize. On top of that, Ethereum USD is getting close to its previous all-time highs after a clean 5-wave move off of 2100. It is likely to experience some consolidation as it corrects this finished surge. This union makes me really happy. From now until the end of the month and the FOMC meeting in September, I think prices will probably move in a more boring way. I do think that the first rate cut will happen in September. This will help the market wake up again after a period of consolidation, which will send the markets even higher. Now we have a conclusion. When you look at it all together, it seems like we are getting closer to the next time when XRP will weaken against Ethereum. Before continuing their rise, both Bitcoin and XRP spent months stabilizing at their previous all-time highs. This makes sense because buyers should start locking in their gains at previous all-time highs after a very bad bear market. At the same time, Ethereum is getting close to its all-time highs for the first time. Also, since the move was a clean 5-wave impulse, it makes sense to think that it might take a while around these levels to settle down and process the move before it continues to grow. XRP, on the other hand, is coming to the end of its 9th month of consolidation at its previous all-time highs. It is likely to start its next step soon. Because the XRP and Ethereum charts meet at support and mid-range, it seems like XRP is getting ready for its next move, while Ethereum is likely cooling off from its last one. It's almost time to zip it up. When we look at the Ethereum chart, I agree with Reliable Crypto. His is a picture of the Ethereum chart. I do believe that we will come together right around this big demand zone. I don't mind if we keep going in this direction for the rest of August until we finally get that big break and retest of the all-time high. After that, we might stay below the all-time high for a little while longer before we finally get the big rise to the upside. I've already said it a lot of times. On the break of Ethereum's all-time high, which is a lot like 2021, that's when a lot of altcoins in this market will start to go up in a crazy way. In a sense, Ethereum will be the leader. Could things be different this time with XRP taking the lead? 100%. That is a possible answer. It's possible. Now, the most important thing I want you all to understand is that this part of the market where prices are staying the same is very, very good. It's good for you. I've also said this many times before. Okay, so merging isn't the best idea. We're not having the best time right now, but we look at the price chart anyway. Take a look at XRP from the start of the year as an example. This is the first low, the lower low, the lower low, and the big lower low. At this point in the market, most people would be very bearish. That